Question asked is, what are the steps for enlightenment? It reminds me, yesterday when we were in the ashram, somebody asked me this question. According to you, what is the meaning of being successful? Look, this word comes from phal comes from fruit is the meaning, phal. So if a seed's ultimate source is fruit, so if a seed can produce fruit, then it is called safal. That means the source of seed is fruit. Clear? So now seed can produce, by going through a process, the fruit. So the one who can produce one's own source. So that's in earlier, so in some satsang I says that people who are in that mode of thinking, to wean away from that kind of misunderstanding that how somebody created it. So I used to say, no, human being, if you think God created human being, then human beings are creating God. They are capable of doing that. Just to make it clear that there is no such thing. Because in this example only, if you take, then what is the source of fruit? Seed. So it is interdependence. Both are source of one another. So your question will still remain there, that what is the safalta meaning? That's what I say, nothing. Both are dependent into one another, both are source of one another. There is a relationship between them and there is a system. That seed you have to put into the soil if conditions are fine. Now this process itself you can keep refining and telling what it is. Soil is fertile, every nutrient is properly there, properly porosity is there, then seed is ready to annihilate itself, because until it is coming out from its cell, nothing is going to happen. So first it has to die, then it gets life. So once you are dead, who gets the life? You are dead. Seed is dead. Now who is coming out there? So this is the process, that until you are ready to die, metaphorically, you cannot get new life. So what is the dying here? Process is there, which is called, in that case, that finding out right soil, finding out right time, everything goes right. Then once it has decided to annihilate itself, the decision has been made, then you water it and then it becomes a small plant, and then it's coming, you take care of it very well, and then finally it grows into a tree or whatever it is, and then it gives you fruit. So this is whole process, this keeps continue given the situations are there. So what is the relevant of this question here? Enlightenment is also same. Until and unless you are ready to annihilate yourself, now through process. Because if you do it wrongly, as is in the case of seed, anything not done correctly, then it will not bear the fruit. So enlightenment is like that. Now how much difference is there? If we look into ourselves into the Guru's eyes, then there we are always enlightened. He is saying there was such a period when you were not enlightened. So what can be the what process and all? Nothing, because you don't let a thing. So depends on, that's what I am saying, these examples I am giving. The one who is asking a question, what is his position? What is he considers, or he or she consider that this is enlightenment for me? This is my definition of enlightenment. Somebody lights a diya, a small lamp, he says enlightened. When I put some kerosene oil and I put a matchstick to it, okay, it's lit. But there is sun also, which is always lit. There is no time when it is not lit. So that is also enlightenment, and this is also enlightenment. So what are your situation, that from here this is what I am considering enlightenment? Is it correct or not? Or what is the next step where I am here? So for enlightenment, depending on where is your location, from there for each one it is different steps. Now because it is individual step, Otherwise, there is only 3 steps. We say no to make it generalized for people, that you must have a human body, you must have that inclination, whatever you call it, enlightenment, you call n number of names you keep giving, self-realization, enlightenment, self-annihilation, or whatever, God realization. So these are your given name for your reference. There is no such universally accepted term for anything. If that were there, then these religions wouldn't have been there. Well, what is there? How will these religions justify their existence when their vocabulary is so different from one another? They keep fighting over words only. There are certain words you can't utter, other you run the risk of getting killed. And these are religious people who will kill you, mind you. These are not some ruffians, so called. Even see, criminals will spare you, but the religion people will not spare you if you utter some words in a certain way. So such enlightened they are. So enlightenment is of a various degrees and depending on various people. So we came to human centric definitions in Sahaj Smriti Yog. Why we try to do things so simple and so basic, so that if anybody is willing, they will not find any bias, that it is a Hindu bias or Muslim bias or Christian bias. If they are free, they will see, oh, we are saying only things which are body centric, mind centric. Everybody has body, everybody has mind, everybody can reach to the self and so on. So we are giving it in terms of food, because if you are healthy and living, food is what you will eat. And if you are not feeling hungry, not living, that means you are not functioning well. So anyway you can't do anything. So if you have a healthy state of body, you will have need for food. So we defined whole Sahaj Smriti Yog in terms of food. To make it in such a language that it stays human centric, and that is what to whomsoever you name it, enlightened or whatever, or messenger or son or daughter or avatar, whatever, they all try to do that in their time. Now people, I listen, somebody said, everybody, Jesus has said now there is nothing to be. What nonsense you are saying? So gone, time has gone now, so much has changed. You are living in that era only, so many. So for it applies to everyone. It is not again one person I have named, everyone, because others I cannot name. At least some people I can name and it still stay safe. So all have done that only. So they gave, but again that became religion. If you say something Ram, they say Hindu, or Krishna, they say, oh, Hindu you are, without knowing anything about. If you say something about Christ, they say, oh, Christian you are. Another person we cannot name. I don't want to name. I want to stay alive. So such is the case. Now to where the things are going, how will you anticipate that people following such things will ever get enlightened? Because they are not coming to themselves here and now not realizing how valuable things they themselves are, and how they are, you see, the end product of whosoever have walked on this earth. So first we have to come back to ourselves. In spirituality, there is no generalization. It is always individual specific, and also at this particular moment where you are located. It is always like that. Because we are saying, when whatever we call it death or whatever, when it visits, it gives you only one time, one moment. And whole your life, at that time you realize it was nothing. Or if it was something, then it was something. Otherwise, if you have not utilized it for the purpose it has been given, then that's all it takes. So all the time we say, what is it? How many ways you can say enlightenment? Isn't it enlightenment if you realize the real value of everything? That this is the process, these are the things. Are you awake? So that is why we again come back to the Sahaj Smriti Yog, and what we say, your journey is from intellect to intelligence to wisdom. Once you have become wise, your journey has ended. Now why journey has ended? Because there is no difference for you between walking and journeying. Your destination and your walking both become same. So where is the journey happening? Now you are just there. Some may say you are just not there. This is also correct. You only, if you are wise, many times you say I am there, or many times I am not there. What makes me say I am there? What is there, you can say? Because by definition we say that something which is forever that alone can be said that thing is there, a phenomenon, whatever. So anyway, as we are appearing to one another, we are not going to be there for long. So how can we say that we are there? So it depends from where we are seeing. Accordingly, we are saying your definition of enlightenment will keep varying. Somebody who has seen that he is not there, then who will get enlightened? So her definition will be entirely different. So there are no such things. Only thing is, you have a body and you have a mind. So, and you have this existence, whatever you want to call it. Now you have to figure out how it really is. What is your relationship with it? And all these things, if any tint is there, any glass you are wearing, color. Wearing color glass means you have inclination, liking, disliking, or anything for anything. This thing I want in life, then you can't see. You have to be free from everything, then only you can see. Otherwise that color will stay there. Only one thing one person can take, a little, that too after one has become wise, that this I am keeping. That saints generally do to keep themselves alive. So they take some vice, they pick up that this I will keep, so that they stay alive, otherwise their body will not stay. So knowingly, but that is a higher state. But here our role is that we see things as they are, and for that only these 3 steps we have said that these are generalized steps. That first you have a human frame, which you already have, it's a given. Only thing is you need an inclination. So how deep your inclination to whatever you call it, enlightenment or self-realization or whatever, God realization, people give name. Why I am giving these very synonyms? Because I am trying to cater to as many people as possible. Though I know there are people, they will say that when Christ have come, Muhammad have come, Ram, Krishna have come, then why should I listen to you? Maybe people. But still, theirs was the role when these people were there, their role was to tell, so is our role. We have to tell what is our truth. We do not know who can get benefited. So, such is the case, that it all depends where are we and what are we meaning by every word, that this is what. Just that also I understand that how will we enter into a dialogue if we do not take a general meaning. That is what for Guru and Shishya relationship. That way we try to wean people from the generalized meaning. Come specific, be clear, it's about you. It's not about any second person. The question, where from the question come, for that person only the answer is. Others, whatever they are understanding, that is their good luck. It is like somebody is throwing some coins for the benefit, and it is you go in marriage and they throw on bride and groom some coins. They are throwing for them. If somebody takes it, so okay, that's there this thing. But it is meant for them, that somebody is expressing one's affection towards them or whatever. So it is only by need. There is no generalized thing, that what is needed at what point of time. That needs, there is a dovetailing system there. If like I say, if anybody, that's I say it's an open secret which is verifiable by everyone, that if somebody has a piercing thirst, then either that person will reach to the Guru or Guru will come to him. This is open secret. This is, I think, most miraculous thing. Most miraculous it is for me, because anybody can verify this. Such things generally you say how to verify, but I am saying this is verifiable. Anybody can do it. Sit in one corner where you think nobody will ever come here, and there also either he will be inspired to go somewhere or somebody will come there. This is the only thing. So why I am coming back to it is that relationship. Seed has a relationship with the fruit, and there is a whole process. When a seed can transform into a fruit, when a fruit can transform into a seed. So both can take the form of one another. That is also given. So all the systems are like that. When you see that whole, you see any cycle like water cycle, these are very basic cycles. The same as from the ocean, the wind comes and the water goes up, then it freezes up, then again rain, then it goes to the river, then again in the ocean. So cycle you are seeing the whole. That all 5 stages or whatever the water is undergoing. So everywhere these are you see some systems. More subtle you become, more subtler your system becomes. But how many people strive for that despite seeing with open eyes that nobody is here forever? Then simple question they should ask themselves, what for I am here? Am I doing that or not? Once that question comes to them, then the journey begins. Then you need courage, and accordingly, you see, this whole spirituality is so evidence, evidence proof that everything you can become evidence in. What is sukh, what is any word you refer generally, all are experienceable. Nothing is there which you say, I know this cannot be experienced. Everything is an evidence. But as I said in this, you should not have any tint and taint. Your glasses should not have any tint. You have to be free to see. Then you can see everything. If you have any kind of, if you say vices or bias, it's the same thing. Higher sense, both are same. Lower they appear different biases. They say, no, I have an opinion, it's a bias. I have some greed or something, it's a vice. Higher you go, it becomes settled only one. Same. So we have to be, एक word says, we say nirdosh, without any blemish. That if you are, then you are, these other words, innocence and nirdosh. Then you see. So when you are nirdosh, then you don't see any dosh anywhere else, very deep down. इसने बाहर से आपको दिखाई नहीं देगा. You will see everything. Such things these people, they have created because they did not experience. That is a big hurdle. You say, am I going, I have read in that book, it is written like this, if I do not say that, then people say it's a different thing. Like you say, you see, it is like whatever is happening in the nature. I give a very simple example, that if you are a saint and if rain is happening and a sinner is walking, so-called sinner, along with you, both will get drenched equally. So is with your body. So don't know he is a saint or he is a sinner. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. Outside nature is same, because it is a simple knowledge that once you evolve, you do not see this is me, this is you, this is that. Where is the sinner and saint? If you are talking about the higher spirituality, and if you are talking about these divisions, then you are talking about these divisions. There is nothing spiritual about it. So such is the case when you have become reached to that state that where you do not know for real, not that you have to explain it to someone, you yourself do not know whether you are or not. Then where is the fear of death or fear of life or anything? But it doesn't mean that body will stop doing its work. Your relationship will become very weak, and here becoming weak is becoming strong. So the way the relationship for a person who is very much into the world, for that person this world will matter more. If something has disease or anything happening, anything what he or she considers not good, then there will be much more tendency to address it, forgetting everything. But a spiritual person, it will be other way around. It is not that he or she will not address. They will address, but within themselves they know I am just playing with this for the people's sake. I have nothing to do with it. This is not to show off. It really happens. You have nothing to do. You are as good as you were, but only you know. That's all. So this is how it is. Now when such a good state is there to stay, why would you not go for such a path? That is what I am saying. But people do not perceive this. Because of their karma, the sanskar, as I said in the beginning, they are into the past. For somebody, Jesus is there. For somebody, Ram is there. For somebody else is there. That's how they are living in that world. And now we are coming to the present world. वैसे वो तो सब बोल के चले गए, अब कुछ बोलने को बचा नहीं. Then why are you here? If this was the case. So first people have to understand few basic things, that when we say movement, when we say eternity, when we say presence, there is no difference. They are same thing. Eternal presence is movement. Eternal movement is again presence. So if you are one, then you are everything. And that is the whole journey. How much you have gone into that oneness. So when we say something, it is mostly taken negatively. People do not, because they say I am saying something about Ram or Krishna or Jesus or Muhammad. No, I am not saying. I am saying they did their best when they were there. You have to do your best. So how? And they say no, when you are present totally, then you see the things as they really are. And once you see the things as they really are, they free you. They become free from them. Otherwise, you will be that is your karma. Whatever you have taken to be, accordingly you will be driven. So if there is nothing, what we say here is that everything, whatever you have taken, you have to give fast. You are here a giver, not but right away. That's why we need some experienced person, so that we are guided properly. We say give up everything. Somebody, you have 10,000 rupees just for your life and you give up that. Tomorrow you will be in trouble. So right away. It's not give me, it's right away. So there is a right way to do everything. That's why it's a yatha vidhi yathakram. This word, as much I want to glorify, I can, but still its real purport will not come. Yatha vidhi yathakram. This is the whole problem in the world. If people understand this, what does it really mean? Yatha vidhi yathakram. The way process is and the way order is, order of priorities. If you are seeing newspaper or anything, you are noticing around the world leaders, when they are in a crucial problem, they will mention this word, priorities, order of priorities. Anywhere you can see. Because when you really, then you don't have anything. You just come back to the basics. But you come under compulsions. I say, why don't you come willingly, happily? Then the world will be a different place. You are coming under compulsion, so execution is also under compulsion, so it is breeding the same. But if you happily understand your order of priorities, then world will be entirely different. Enlightened world, so to say. Otherwise, where is not the light? Sun is always burning. So in Guru's eyes, we are always enlightened. Whatever we consider the ultimate, that we are always there. Because a Guru cannot see us different from oneself. That's why it is impossible for him to ask you, how am I? You are where you need to be. Perfectly you are stationed. Nothing needs to be changed about you.